Why is the difference between two men of the same age so dramatically huge? One spends the night avoiding his wife, while the other remains as strong as he was in his 30s. The secret lies hidden in their morning routines. I am Dr. Diana Ross, a men's health specialist with over 20 years of experience, helping men reclaim their vitality and confidence. Today, I will reveal 10 morning habits that can transform your sexual health and energy levels, starting from tomorrow morning. These are not complicated procedures or expensive treatments. They are simple, natural practices that work with your body's own healing mechanisms. 1. Drink warm lemon water immediately upon waking. The very first thing you do when your feet touch the floor sets the tone for your entire circulatory system. Most men reach for coffee, but this creates a stress response that actually constricts blood vessels and reduces flow to intimate areas. Instead, drinking warm lemon water activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which controls rest, digestion, and sexual function. The citric acid in lemon juice helps stimulate nitric oxide production, a crucial compound that relaxes blood vessel walls and improves circulation throughout your body. Vitamin C from fresh lemon also supports healthy testosterone levels by reducing cortisol, the stress hormone that directly interferes with sexual desire and performance. When you start your day with this simple ritual, you are essentially telling your body to prioritize healing and vitality over stress and inflammation. One of my patients, Robert, a 65-year-old retired teacher, started drinking warm lemon water every morning for 6 weeks. He reported that his morning energy improved dramatically, and his wife noticed a significant change in his confidence and desire. The key is consistency. Your body needs time to rebuild these vital pathways, but the investment pays off in ways that go far beyond just sexual health. 2. Perform deep breathing exercises for circulation. Your breathing pattern directly affects blood flow to every part of your body, including the pelvic region that controls sexual function. Shallow, stressed breathing limits oxygen delivery and creates tension in muscles that need to be relaxed for optimal performance. Deep diaphragmatic breathing, performed for just 5 minutes each morning, increases oxygen saturation in your blood and activates the vagus nerve, which controls arousal and sexual response. This type of breathing also helps balance your autonomic nervous system, shifting you away from fight or flight mode and into a state that supports intimacy and connection. The technique is simple, but powerful. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Then exhale through your mouth for 6 counts. This pattern stimulates nitric oxide production in your nasal passages and helps relax smooth muscle tissue throughout your cardiovascular system. Many men notice that their hands and feet feel warmer after just 1 week of consistent practice, which indicates improved circulation reaching the extremities. When circulation improves in smaller vessels, it also improves in the larger vessels that control sexual function. Dr. James Patterson from the American Heart Association has published research showing that deep breathing exercises can improve erectile function by up to 20% in men over 60. The morning is the ideal time because your cortisol levels are naturally elevated, and deep breathing helps normalize this hormone before it can interfere with your sexual health throughout the day. 3. Eat protein-rich foods within 30 minutes. Your body manufactures testosterone and other sexual hormones primarily during sleep, but the process requires specific amino acids that can only come from dietary protein. When you skip breakfast or eat only carbohydrates, You deprive your body of the building blocks it needs to maintain healthy hormone levels throughout the day. High-quality protein sources like eggs, Greek yogurt, or lean meats provide essential amino acids, such as arginine, which directly supports nitric oxide production and blood vessel health. Zinc, found abundantly in protein-rich foods, is crucial for testosterone synthesis and prostate health. Many men over 60 are unknowingly zinc deficient, which contributes to decreased libido and sexual performance. The timing of protein intake matters significantly because your muscles and hormonal systems are most receptive to nutrients in the morning, after fasting overnight. Research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology shows that men who consume at least 25 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking maintain higher testosterone levels throughout the day compared to those who delay eating or choose carbohydrate-heavy breakfasts. One patient, Michael, aged 68, struggled with low energy and decreased interest in intimacy until he began eating 3 eggs with spinach every morning. Within 8 weeks, his energy levels stabilized, his mood improved, and he regained confidence in his relationship with his wife. The key is choosing complete proteins that contain all essential amino acids, as incomplete proteins do not provide the full spectrum of nutrients your hormonal system requires for optimal function. 4. Expose yourself to natural sunlight for 15 minutes. Sunlight exposure in the morning does far more than just wake you up. It directly influences your body's production of testosterone and regulates circadian rhythms that control sexual desire. When natural light hits your skin, it triggers vitamin D synthesis, which is essentially a hormone that supports testosterone production and overall sexual health. Many men over 60 have insufficient vitamin D levels, particularly those who spend most of their time indoors or live in northern climates with limited sun exposure. Low vitamin D is strongly correlated with erectile dysfunction, decreased libido, and overall fatigue. Morning sunlight also helps regulate melatonin production, ensuring that your sleep-wake cycle supports optimal hormone release during nighttime hours. The biological clock that controls testosterone production is directly linked to your exposure to natural light patterns. Artificial lighting cannot replicate the specific wavelengths and intensity that your body needs to maintain healthy circadian rhythms. Studies published in the European Journal of Endocrinology demonstrate that men who get consistent morning sunlight exposure maintain testosterone levels that are 15 to 20% higher than those who remain indoors. The optimal timing is within the first hour after sunrise, when the light spectrum is most beneficial and least likely to cause skin damage. Even on cloudy days, natural outdoor light provides significantly more lux intensity than indoor lighting. One of my patients, David, a 70-year-old retired engineer, began taking a 15-minute walk outside every morning regardless of weather. After 12 weeks, his energy improved dramatically, his sleep quality enhanced, and his relationship with his wife became more intimate and connected than it had been in years. 5. Perform targeted pelvic floor exercises. The pelvic floor muscles are the foundation of sexual function, yet most men have never been taught how to properly strengthen and maintain these crucial muscle groups. These muscles control blood flow during arousal, support erectile strength, and influence overall sexual satisfaction for both partners. Weak pelvic floor muscles contribute to premature ejaculation, difficulty maintaining erections, and reduced sensation during intimacy. The morning is the ideal time to perform these exercises because your muscles are rested and your mind is clear enough to focus on proper technique. Kegel exercises, when performed correctly, involve contracting the muscles you would use to stop urination midstream, holding for 5 seconds, then relaxing for 5 seconds. However, many men perform these incorrectly by tensing their abdominal or buttock muscles, instead of isolating the pelvic floor. The proper technique requires focusing specifically on the muscles between your testicles and anus, lifting them upward and inward without holding your breath, or tensing other muscle groups. Progressive overload applies to pelvic floor training, just as it does to any other muscle group. You must gradually increase duration and intensity to see improvement. Research from the International Journal of Urology shows that men who perform targeted pelvic floor exercises for 12 weeks experience significant improvements in erectile function, ejaculatory control, and overall sexual satisfaction. The key is consistency and proper form, rather than intensity or speed. One patient, Thomas, aged 64, had struggled with erectile dysfunction for 3 years before learning proper pelvic floor technique. After implementing a morning routine of targeted exercises, he regained full function within 16 weeks and reported that his confidence and relationship satisfaction improved dramatically. 6. Take a cold shower for circulatory activation. Cold water exposure creates a powerful cascade of physiological responses that directly benefit sexual health and overall vitality. When cold water hits your skin, it triggers vasoconstriction, followed by vasodilation, which essentially provides a workout for your circulatory system and improves blood vessel flexibility throughout your body. This enhanced circulation benefits the cardiovascular pathways that control sexual function, as the same mechanisms that improve blood flow to your extremities also improve flow to intimate areas. Cold exposure also stimulates the sympathetic nervous system in a controlled, beneficial way that increases alertness, energy, and mood, while supporting healthy testosterone production. The temperature shock activates brown adipose tissue, which burns calories and supports metabolic health that is crucial for maintaining sexual vitality as you age. Additionally, cold showers increase production of norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter that enhances focus, motivation, and sexual desire. The key is gradual adaptation, rather than shocking your system with extremely cold water immediately. Start with your normal shower temperature, then gradually reduce the heat for the final 30 to 60 seconds. Over time, you can extend the cold portion and reduce the temperature further as your body adapts. Research from the New England Journal of Medicine shows that regular cold exposure can increase testosterone levels by up to 20% in men over 50. The morning timing is crucial because it activates your sympathetic nervous system when cortisol levels are naturally elevated, helping to channel that energy in a positive direction rather than allowing it to create chronic stress. One of my patients, Anthony, a 69-year-old businessman, initially dreaded the cold shower portion of his morning routine but found that it became the highlight of his day within 3 weeks, providing energy and confidence that lasted well into the evening hours. 7. Practice. Mindful meditation for stress reduction. Chronic stress is one of the primary destroyers of sexual function in men over 60, as elevated cortisol levels directly suppress testosterone production and interfere with the psychological components of sexual desire and performance. Morning meditation provides a foundation of calm that helps buffer against daily stressors before they can accumulate and impact your sexual health. The practice does not need to be complicated or time-consuming. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing and present moment awareness can significantly reduce cortisol levels and improve your capacity for intimacy throughout the day. Mindfulness meditation specifically helps by training your attention to stay present, rather than getting caught in performance anxiety or worries about past experiences. This mental training directly translates to improved sexual experiences, as the ability to stay present and focused is crucial for arousal and satisfaction. Additionally, meditation activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which controls the physiological processes necessary for sexual function, including blood flow, hormone production, and muscle relaxation. Regular meditation practice has been shown to increase gray matter in brain regions associated with emotional regulation and decrease activity in the amygdala, the brain structure responsible for stress and anxiety responses. The morning provides an ideal window for meditation because your mind is typically clearest before the day's responsibilities and distractions accumulate. Studies published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine demonstrate that men who practice daily mindfulness meditation experience significant improvements in sexual satisfaction, erectile function, and overall relationship quality within 8 weeks. The technique can be as simple as sitting quietly and focusing on your breath, noticing when your mind wanders, and gently returning attention to the present moment. One patient, Richard, aged 71, had experienced performance anxiety for several years after a minor heart attack. Through consistent morning meditation practice, he learned to manage his anxiety and discovered that his sexual confidence and function improved dramatically as his stress levels decreased. 8. Consume antioxidant-rich foods for cellular health. Oxidative stress and inflammation are silent destroyers of sexual function, damaging blood vessels, reducing testosterone production, and interfering with nerve function throughout the reproductive system. Antioxidant-rich foods consumed in the morning provide immediate protection against free radical damage, while supporting the cellular repair processes that maintain sexual health. Berries, dark leafy greens, nuts, and seeds contain compounds that specifically protect the endothelial cells lining blood vessels, ensuring optimal circulation to all areas of the body, including intimate regions. These foods also contain nutrients that support mitochondrial function, the cellular powerhouses that produce energy for sexual activity and overall vitality. The timing of antioxidant consumption matters because oxidative stress naturally increases throughout the day due to environmental toxins, processed foods, and normal metabolic processes. By front-loading your system with protective compounds in the morning, you create a buffer against damage that could otherwise accumulate and impair sexual function over time. Specific antioxidants like anthocyanins found in blueberries and pomegranates have been shown to improve blood flow and support healthy testosterone levels. Vitamin E from nuts and seeds protects cell membranes throughout the reproductive system, while polyphenols from green tea and dark chocolate support nitric oxide production and blood vessel health. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that men with higher antioxidant intake maintain better sexual function and higher testosterone levels compared to those with antioxidant-poor diets. The key is variety and consistency, rather than focusing on any single superfood. One of my patients, William, aged 66, began eating a berry and nut bowl every morning along with green tea. Within 10 weeks, he noticed improved energy, better sleep quality, and enhanced sexual desire and performance that surprised both him and his wife of 40 years. 9. Stretch and mobilize your hip flexors. Hip flexor tightness is an overlooked contributor to sexual dysfunction in men over 60, as these muscles directly influence blood flow and nerve function to the pelvic region. Years of sitting, driving, and sedentary activities create chronic tightness in the hip flexors, which can compress blood vessels and limit circulation to intimate areas. Additionally, tight hip flexors contribute to poor posture and pelvic alignment, which can interfere with the biomechanics of sexual activity and reduce overall confidence and comfort during intimacy. Morning stretching addresses these issues before they can impact your day, while also activating the parasympathetic nervous system that controls sexual function. The hip flexor stretch is simple, but must be performed with proper technique to be effective. Kneel in a lunge position with your back foot elevated on a chair or bed. Then gently lean forward while keeping your torso upright, until you feel a stretch in the front of your hip and thigh. Hold this position for 60 to 90 seconds on each side, breathing deeply and allowing the muscle to gradually release. The key is consistency rather than intensity. Forcing the stretch can actually cause the muscle to tighten further as a protective response. Hip flexor mobility also improves core stability and pelvic floor function, both of which are crucial for sexual performance and overall physical confidence. Studies from the Journal of Biomechanics show that improved hip mobility directly correlates with better pelvic blood flow and reduced risk of erectile dysfunction in older men. The morning provides an ideal time for stretching because your muscles are warm from sleep, but not yet tight from daily activities. One patient, George, a 67-year-old office worker, had experienced declining sexual function that he attributed to aging until he began morning hip flexor stretching. After 8 weeks of consistent practice, he reported significant improvements in comfort during intimacy and increased confidence in his physical capabilities. 10. Plan your day with positive intention setting. The psychological component of sexual health becomes increasingly important as men age, as confidence, stress levels, and overall life satisfaction directly impact libido and sexual performance. Morning intention setting creates a foundation of positive expectation and self-efficacy that supports sexual confidence throughout the day. This practice involves spending 3 to 5 minutes each morning, identifying specific positive outcomes you want to create, including aspects of your relationship and intimate life. The process helps shift your mindset from focusing on limitations or concerns to actively cultivating the experiences you desire. Intention setting works by activating the reticular activating system in your brain, which filters information and opportunities that align with your stated goals and desires. When you consistently focus on positive sexual health outcomes, your brain becomes more aware of opportunities to support those outcomes, while filtering out negative thoughts and limiting beliefs that could interfere with sexual function. Additionally, the practice of morning intention setting reduces anxiety and increases feelings of control and agency, both of which are crucial for sexual confidence and performance. Research from the Journal of Positive Psychology shows that men who practice daily intention setting report higher levels of life satisfaction, better relationship quality, and improved sexual function compared to those who do not engage in this practice. The technique can be as simple as writing down 3 specific positive outcomes you want to experience that day, including how you want to feel in your body and in your relationships. Visualization can enhance this practice by spending a few moments imagining yourself feeling confident, energetic, and connected with your partner. One patient, Charles, aged 73, had struggled with performance anxiety and low sexual confidence for several years following retirement. Through consistent morning intention-setting practice, he learned to focus on positive possibilities rather than past disappointments, and his sexual confidence and function improved significantly within 12 weeks as his overall mindset became more optimistic and self-assured. Gentlemen, every morning you delay implementing these habits is another day your body drifts further from its natural strength and vitality. The clock doesn't wait, and neither should your health. Men who take action within the first 48 hours of learning these techniques report feeling noticeable improvements within just 2 weeks. But those who postpone these simple changes often find themselves 6 months later, still struggling with the same issues, wishing they had started sooner. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal and restore itself, but only when you give it the right tools consistently. If this video opened your eyes to new possibilities for your health and vitality, please hit that like button to help other men discover these life-changing habits. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss crucial health advice designed specifically for men over 60. Share this video with a friend, brother, or family member who could benefit from these natural solutions. Your support helps us reach more men who need this information. Drop a comment below sharing which habit you plan to start tomorrow morning. I read every single comment, and your experience might inspire another man to take action and reclaim his strength and confidence.